Good morning guys. So this video is a little bit different than what I normally do. I'm just gonna do a 30-minute Q&A on YouTube Live. So I hope you get some interesting information from it. Let's begin. We've got 1 thumbs up already. Awesome. Fallen Angel, how's it going? Already excited. I just started. Moving to Phoenix on Tuesday, nice. You're coming right into summertime, so it's gonna be quite warm. When will you start on the main house? So my goal for 2017 is to get the garage finished. So the garage itself, what I'm planning on doing is 5 shipping containers side by side. So each one's gonna be 40 feet by 8 feet. So if you do 5 in a row, then you'd have a 40 by 40 garage. So it's going to be a garage / workshop area for myself. And then 2018, then I'll work on the main house. But there's just so much more. There's just so much shit to do. How did Bob Proctor go? Yeah, really, really well. So he has a free seminar on his YouTube that you can check out, and I highly, highly recommend it. So it's the one thing that I keep watching over and over and over again. So for the gray water soap, we use you can use Dr. Bronner's, and then there's also another soap brand called Oasis, and those are 2 like really well-known brands for gray water soap. If you just search on Google like gray water friendly soaps, then it'll give you a list of ingredients that you want to look out for or omit, and it'll give you a list of like brands and stuff that you want. Have we always had the intent to build a main house? Originally, no. Originally, we just thought we were just going to build a tiny house. But in order to make this work with our land, we had to build a main house. I think we could possibly get this classified just as a regular home and live in it. But the thing is, I think it would just be so, like I've always really loved earthships. So I think it would just be awesome to build one. And then it would create a lot more content for the YouTube channel. What are we going to do differently with the main house that's different than the tiny house, obviously other than the size? So yeah, it's going to probably be, I think, 700 square feet. So it's not going to be extraordinarily large or anything like that. The main thing with that house is that it's going to be even more off-grid, and it should be able to heat and cool itself passively just by good design. Nothing's happening with the small house. It's here to stay. So, do you know when you'll get the Tesla Powerwall? Funny story with the Tesla Powerwall. So 2 days after I got the solar done, 2 days, I finally got the call from them asking if they want to make an appointment with Solar City. So it was 2 days after I finished. They give me a call on the phone. They're like, "Oh, hey, this is Tesla. We want to set up your appointment for your Tesla Powerwall." And I was just like, dude, I just finished my solar setup. So because they said that they're going to start installations for the Powerwall in January, but we're almost in April now. So probably by mid-April is when it would have been finished. And the batteries came out of a smart car, so a fully electric smart car. I thought that it was originally a hybrid car, but it's a fully electric smart car. Why is everybody so interested in the video on the shed? The reason why I haven't put it out is because I want to create a guide that goes along with it. So like basically like a SketchUp plan and then some instructions that go along with it. So that's kind of why I've been waiting. And when I was videotaping it, like I was working 10-12 hour days on getting the shed done, and we're traveling to and from Tucson. So I really didn't have time at the time to edit that video, but I have all the video clips and stuff. How much rain do you expect to be collecting a year? Approximately 20,000 gallons of water. Will I need to start work again? No, Hannah and I, we have our own online business that's called Raw to Whenever. And that's the reason why we have everything that we have and we can purchase everything, is because of that business. What has been our favorite part of the whole tiny house journey? The most favorite part was getting the solar done and not running on the generator. So the business is Raw to Whenever. So if you type in raw till, T-I-L-L, whenever, then that's what it is. What am I listening to? I'm not listening to anything. I thought that this would pick up the microphone for the YouTube live video, but it doesn't. Any advice for someone who is in college trying to live like this after college? Get out of debt as fast as you can. Debt will hold you back so much in life. So I'd get out of debt. Will I collect rainwater from the garage? Absolutely. Yeah. Any surface that I can catch water on, then I will catch water on it and funnel it into a tank. Just because water specifically out here in southern Arizona is so scarce that we have to collect everything. Trackers for the solar panels, it just kind of gets, there's more moving parts and there's more things that can go wrong. It's better to just invest the money that you'd invest into a tracker into getting more panels, and then you should be good. Is it possible to build a tiny house in northern climates? Absolutely, you can build a tiny house wherever. You just have different issues to deal with. So specifically where we're at, we don't have to deal with extreme freezing temperatures. Like, it's not getting below 0 Celsius that much, and we're not dealing with like extreme freezing temperatures. Talk about the AV equipment. Canon 70D, and I have a Rode microphone on top, and I use a 10 by 18 millimeter wide angle lens for about 95% of the things that I shoot. $8,500 of debt, it's not that bad. It could be a lot worse. There's people that are $40,000, $50,000 in debt. So get out of debt and then start saving your money. Save your money. I'm on Wi-Fi cellular, yeah. Do I eat eggs? I don't eat eggs, no. I don't know if we're gonna do a community out here, because you have to, once you start thinking about more of a community, then you have to get into possibly getting this rezoned. And I don't know if I want to do something like that. I definitely wanted a place where people can really come and visit. Are we doing permaculture on our land before starting everything else? We're already doing permaculture, and I'm gonna get more into that for the 40 acres, definitely before the monsoons hit. Is it scary being out there by yourself? Not yet. We haven't had any issues with anything like that. Someone asked if we're gonna get like Teslas. Yeah. So a Tesla Model S, Hannah really wants to get, and then I'd love to get a fully electric truck when they ever come out with one. Have we come across any snakes yet? We've come across one, and that was when we were just moving onto the property. We saw one. How's the wildlife interaction out there? The wildlife interaction, I've seen a lot of coyotes. I've probably seen at least 10 or 15 coyotes walking on a property at some point. So other than that, I haven't seen anything else. But with the coyotes, what we do is when we see them is you have to walk towards them and start yelling and screaming at them, like telling them to get off the property, because then it kind of establishes a zone. And you don't have to threaten them or anything like that. You just have to kind of haze them and scare them off, and then they'll just usually turn around and walk away. How's our social life out here? There's so many people that want to come out and visit all the time. Like, it's really, if anything, having this property and showing everything on YouTube, more people want to come out and see this all the time. Like, it's gonna get to a point where we're gonna have to like do tours, like scheduled tours, because it'll just become too much. Are we leasing our Jeep? We own our Jeep. Okay. You can't, what do you mean you can't see anything?
Hi everybody. I just got out of the shower. I was watering our fruit trees.
Yeah, she was having a shower and watering our fruit trees.
I always felt bad taking showers and stuff because all the water went nowhere, but now it's like,
yeah.
I'm gonna shower like twice a day.
Will we be getting a donkey? No, we won't be.
We really want to go though.
How much time do you spend each day editing? I spend between 1 to 2 hours per video. There'll be another solar video coming out.
Maybe I should do live streams on my channel.
Yeah. A video update about your garden. There's stuff growing. I'll show it in another video coming up. Does Hannah get to drive the tractor?
Yeah, I do. Oh my gosh. I got to like tear some shit up the other day.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was like the most amazing thing ever.
Why a 40-foot square garage? Because I want it to be big. Because there's going to be a lot of other stuff going on in it. Have you crashed a drone? The first day that I got it, I crashed it into power lines. Will you adopt more dogs? I I don't know. I'd rather adopt cats. Cats are easy. Where'd I get that clip-on mic? Amazon somewhere. Do we ever hear the coyotes howl at night? We certainly do. Yeah. Any plans to go eco with your car? Yeah, we want to get fully electric cars that are totally powered by solar. Have you stuffed up any DIY yet? Nothing catastrophic. There's always going to be mistakes and stuff that you make with anything, but everything works, and that's the most important thing. How long have I been vegan for? It's coming up on 6 years now. 6 years. Where are your bikes? Right now we're storing them at in our neighbor's garage just because there just wasn't a really good spot for them here. So when we finish the garage, then we'll put them back in there. My favorite vegan meal, there's many, but Hannah's corn chowder is just, it's awesome. Is there anything that I'd want to change about the tiny house? I don't know. I don't think so. There's nothing that I go inside and I'm like, I really wish I would have changed that. So our 2 dogs are vegetarian. They don't eat meat. And they can subside. Dogs can subside on a plant-based diet, but the cats will eat whatever is out there. So they might hunt pack rats specifically. Do you guys ever sleep outside? No, we haven't slept outside. It's just very comfortable inside. What brand of solar panel? I think they're LG panels. What do I miss about Canada? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't really think about it. What I love about the United States, though, is I really enjoy the climate here in the southern part, and everything is easier to buy here in the United States. Like Amazon Prime is tremendous. What's the weather like there? It's like for most of the year, it's sunny and between 75 and 90, I would say. Any plans to get an income from your land? Not specifically like renting or selling, renting, or anything like that, no. How much of our land are we going to cultivate? As many fig trees as we can grow. Teaching classes to make money on our land. You actually totally read my mind, because one reason why I want such a big garage is because I think it'd be great to be able to have seminars and stuff inside of it. Happy with the tractor choice? Very happy. Specifically the backhoe. Holy moly. It's such a useful tool that's just tremendous. What is a fair price per acre for land in southern Arizona? It depends where it is. Like in a rural part like we're at, 1 acre typically goes for about $5,000. So 5 acres is usually around $25,000 or so. How far are we from a city? We're about 10 minutes from Benson, and then we're about 50 minutes from Tucson. Will the garage be where you currently park? It'll kind of be in that direction, but just a little bit further towards one of our corners of the property. What do both of your parents think of your lifestyle? I don't know. They see that we're happy and healthy, so I think that's good enough for them. Do you guys have a P.O. box we could send mail to? We do. It is P.O. Box, so write this down, P.O. Box 770, and it's in St. David, Arizona, and the zip code is 85630. What kind of work did we do before? I've worked as an electrician, I worked at grocery stores, and then immediately before I moved to America, I was working at an organic juice company, so I was just making organic juice. You're sending me a donkey crisscross? Okay, all right, well, if you want to send it, then send it, man. Would you ever want to live in Colorado? Yeah, other than Arizona, I'd love to live in Colorado. How far are we from the Vegan Athlete? So we are about 2.5 hours from Phoenix. I would say we want to try to grow the majority of our own food. I would never say that we're going to grow 100% of our own food, because there's so much food out there that we wouldn't be able to grow that I would feel like I'm missing out on. Like, we can't grow rice. I don't know how we could grow rice out here, but I love rice. Have you watched Homesteadonomics? Yeah, of course. I did a video tour with Joe of his place. Pool or pond, how would you lessen evaporation? The only thing that I know about minimizing evaporation, a cover over the pool. That's the only thing that I can think of. So the solar panels cost, or the whole solar system was about $14,000 $14,000. Do we feel a little bit too hermit-like, isolated socially wise? We don't show a lot of stuff that happens, like in our life, obviously. So you only see a small snippet of our life on YouTube, but we have people that are coming out and visiting all the time. We have meetups in Tucson. You need to film a little night party time with guests over, for sure. Then you guys can see that we actually do have friends. Not really. The lows, so the nightly lows during the winter will be between 20 and 30 degrees typically. And then the highs is between 50 and 60 or so. Tattoos. I got this tattoo. So a lot of people ask me about this one. It says, love is better than anger, hope is better than fear, and optimism is better than despair. And then, where do I have it? And I got this one here. So that's the Vietnam flag, that's the Cambodian flag, and that's the Thai flag. So you guys don't see that tattoo. So that was to commemorate my bike tour when I cycled through Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. That tattoo hurt because it was right on the ribs there. Are my tattoos vegan? They are. Do I miss cycling? A little bit. I've been mapping out some routes that I could do in the area, so I'd like to get back into it. Are you planning on having kids? I've had a vasectomy, so that's gonna make it a lot tougher. But I don't really, my time is better into inspiring and educating people. How does bike touring work? Save up a lot of money and then just go travel across wherever you want to. I have seen people who make their own biogas. What I did specifically is I ran everything. I wanted everything to be electric so that it could be fully off grid, so that we didn't have to use propane or natural gas. How did we meet? How did Hannah and I meet? We met on YouTube, actually. Am I annoyed by Americans not using the metric system? Not really, because even in Canada, we primarily use the imperial system for construction. Like, even though our code books are all in metric, but when we're working out in the field, we always use feet and inches. We never use millimeters or meters or anything like that. Do we ever hear our neighbors? I heard him earlier. He was sawing something, but that's about it. Am I older than Hannah? Wait, when's her birthday? She's 3 weeks older than me. She was born on October 6th. I was born on October 27th. Cradle snatcher. She is, eh? Permaculture teacher I admire, Brad Lancaster. So he's a local in Tucson. And then Jeff Lawton. I've watched a number of his videos. So Brad Lancaster, Jeff Lawton. Favorite breakfast meal? I usually don't eat breakfast. I'm more of like an afternoon and evening guy for eating food. Do we eat honey? We don't eat honey, no. Favorite popcorn toppings? What we've been doing is we take dill pickle juice and we put it into a little spray bottle, and then we just spray it on our popcorn, and then I just put a pepper on it. I don't specifically meditate, like I don't have a specific meditation practice, but I do 20 minutes of listening to myself read out my goals. I read my goals in front of a mirror for 10 minutes, and then I also write down my goals for 20 minutes on a piece of paper. That's kind of like my meditation or my morning ritual. Opinions on credit? I would say only use credit if you absolutely need to. Like if you can, rather than buying a $30,000 car, like a brand new car, if you can't afford that, paying it outright, buy a used car for like $4,000 or $5,000. Ever had a horrible gardening accident? No. All right, guys, so that was a Q&A. So I edited out the shitty bits and left in the good bits for you. I'll try to make these a regular thing, and maybe I can do a schedule. So schedule them maybe once a week or every other week, and do that. Awesome. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Catch you on the next video. Talk to you soon.